Like the towers of an ancient fortress, the ancient mountains rise high. The mountains are the beauty of the universe, the pillars of the sky. If they could speak, they would tell us countless stories. Tragic and joyful, sorrowful and funny, blessed and heartbreaking. And among those stories, perhaps, is the one we want to share with you today. So, in this video, we'll show you 8 legendary Alabais, each bearing the battle scars of real fights in their natural habitat. This magnificent female I filmed about 3 years ago. Most likely she's no longer alive. At the time of filming, she was almost 10 years old. She was a true predator, and every one of her scars proved it. If you look closely, she's missing her left eye. But even that didn't stop her from faithfully carrying out her mission. Her gearbox has no reverse gear. Her name was Mangley, which means dot. I met this fiery male in the mountains when his shepherd wasn't around. There's no information about him, but his scars command respect. As for this male, named Garacan, he's got a magnificent head. I met him in the mountains among shepherds. I knew about him even before I saw him. Once, I was at a shepherd's home. We were drinking tea, talking about life, when suddenly, from behind the house, appeared a large, thoroughbred dog. He could barely stand on his feet, with all his legs, both front and back, torn apart. I asked what happened, where those wounds came from. Later in this episode, you'll see footage of his opponent. The shepherd told me Garacan had fought a dog from a neighboring herd, and he had to bring him home to treat him. When I asked what the other dog's name was, he said Garacan. That's how I first heard of him. He fights very hard, especially for the legs. You can see it on his face, full of scars. Dogs that go for the legs always have scars on the head. It was Garacan who had all his legs broken, front and back, by a dog named Mosca. Mosca was twice Garacan's size, but that didn't help him win this duel. Gabash, a 9-year-old male, is a true wolfhound. He has repeatedly fought off predator attacks. Reliable and fearless, he moves forward without hesitation when he sees a threat. Though not large, his head is exceptionally massive, and his scars only add to his presence. Notice, at 9 years old, his lips are completely dry, no looseness or drool. That's true breeding, pure blood, clear as a baby's tear.
Gel Gara gel. Gara. Garabaş oh blöd. Gel Gara. Gara. Ай, Гарашко. Шкура у него пиздец. Ох, бля, уже зубов нет. Он говорит, преданный барашка. Гарабаш, 9 лет. Воздух тут вообще бешеный, в горах мы находимся.
We approach a mudslide ravine. At first glance, the dog named Alibi looks dead. We put down some bread. Alibi moves, rises, eats. He will live. The shepherd says, "The fight was 5 days ago. The hardest times come when a female is in heat nearby. Then the dogs fight for dominance and the right to mate. We examine the wound. It's the mark of a lock bite. The opponent held on for up to 10 minutes, thrashing violently, painful to look at. It seems if you rinse it, you'll see the brain. But he eats, and that's what matters most, which means he'll recover. According to the shepherd, in 3 to 4 weeks he'll be fine. We inspect the neck. The aboriginal wolfhound has thick, loose skin and dense fur around the neck. It's natural armor in combat. The shepherd has already trimmed the hair around the wound so pus doesn't accumulate and cause infection. He rinses it with antiseptic and anti-inflammatory solution. 21 days later, we drove over 800 kilometers to visit him again. We brought medicine, penicillin with Novocaine and levomecyl ointment, an antiseptic that draws out pus. We asked the shepherd to apply it. The injection will be given in the evening. Another shot of the wound. Incredibly, the edges have closed. There's no inflammation, no pus, no hematoma. He stands calmly, eats confidently. The shepherd says, a dog must not be aggressive toward humans. All its anger belongs to predators. Its duty is to guard the sheep, not tear into people. He's a working dog of the mountains. Here, no one talks about hardship. They just do their work. Later, I visited him again. Today, Alibi looks much stronger. Look how the wound has healed. Amazing. Boris is a 5-year-old mountain wolfhound, a legendary flock guardian who has fought off countless wolf attacks and never leaves the herd, day or night. His body is covered in scars, with no space untouched, each one a mark of battles fought for the sheep, and a sign of perseverance. From puppyhood, he showed leadership, at the feeder and in competition for shade, but his main trait is never abandoning the herd, sensing danger before it appears. In a fight, Boris acts like a true wolfhound, goes for the throat and strangles the predator, avoiding the fatal mistakes of dogs that go for the legs and get their carotid arteries cut. He works around the clock, from dawn through the midday heat, following the flock across many kilometers to pastures and water, digging cool pits during the hottest hours to withstand the heat. His scars are not only memories of fights, but a living experience he passes on. His pups already show working grip behavior and early alertness. Boris is loyal. He neither begs nor steals food from people. He eats what the shepherds give or what he finds himself. When he sees his herder, he slowly, joyfully stands and wags his tail, a gesture showing the deep bond between man and dog. Despite a life that's been through a grinder, Boris remains a noble wolfhound whose scars speak louder than any words. We are in Tedjun, where Alibi fights are held nearby. I find a shepherd. It's 8 in the morning. The herd is going to graze, 700 head. He shows me the dogs. Male Garagaz, 4 years old. Female Elijah, 3 years old. And an old female, 8 years. The eldest has a scar on her front paw from a fight with a wolf. I ask if I can pet her. The shepherd advises against it. The white female with reddish spots is in heat, and Garagaz's reaction is unpredictable. The front paw scar is a memory of the wolf, long, torn, yet clean, with no sign of infection. Proper field treatment, hair clipped, edges clean. The female stands firmly, which means she won the fight and kept working. Today we've shown you the legendary wolfhounds who always remained in the shadows. They don't fight in rings or win championship titles. They're not fed meat 3 times a day. But they perform the most important duty. Every one of these dogs is a true champion of their work, hardworking, and without the right to be otherwise. Remember, the ideal representative of the breed is not the one fighting in rings or posing at show contests for human vanity. The true example is the dog who, despite hunger, cold, wounds, poor diet, water scarcity, continues to serve her shepherd with pride. She endures every hardship, every challenge fate throws in her path. This is a fantastic breed, the Turkmen Alabai.